I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There is no way you can win an election if the guy that you are running looks like that. At the very least, no matter what your policies are, this is not an endorsement or a criticism of any liberal policy, right? What I'm saying is, if they were running on, I will give every single voter a home for free and $1 billion, they would still lose the election if they ran with Peter Dutton because he looks like a comic book villain. I knew he was going to lose the election when they chose him as the candidate, and I saw about 10 photos that the Liberal Party posted of him, and not a single one of them looked like he might be a good bloke. Now, he may very well be a very nice man, but he does not look like one. And unfortunately, we live in a world where what you look like matters so much more than what you say, what you believe, or what you do. Trust me, I used to be quite ugly. I got a chin, and now I'm doing so much better in every area of my life, and I don't think I have changed that much, other than physically. I'm just nicer to look at now, and that helps heaps. I've been on the other side. Any former fatties listening to this will know what I mean. You can get away with a lot more when you look a lot better. Have you seen all those fucking pictures of felons that go viral because they're sexy? Who was that dude that beat the shit out of like 3 women, but he was kind of cute, so he got a model contract, and now he's a millionaire? Oh, he's a danger to women, yes, but look at his eyes. They're kind of grey. That's hot. You got to employ the reverse of that, all right? You can't run a guy that looks like Lord Voldemort and be like, why the fuck did we lose? Because you ran a guy that looked like a villain. Scott Morrison looks like a nice guy, right? I hate that guy. I don't like him at all. I think he's the worst prime minister we've ever had. But if you showed a photo of him to me and Men in Black'd everything that I knew about him out of my brain, I would go, that guy looks like a goofy, funny, bumbling dad. That's great. That's like a lovable looking fella. He looks like a goofy guy who says something silly and then turns out his pockets and goes, oh, well, right? Now, yes, it did turn out that he was an absolutely incompetent, fucking idiot, moron, malicious, insecure, spiteful little dork who said, I don't hold a hose to people who lost their homes in bushfires when they said, why were you on holiday when the country was burning? All right? But when he said and did all of those horrible things, he looked like a nice guy while he was doing it. And that's why he won the election despite being who he is. Peter Dutton could be the opposite. We know that he's not. But if he was, he still would have lost because he looks like Lord Voldemort. Landlord Voldemort. You can't run a guy that looks like that. Anthony Albanese looks like a nice guy, right? Pauline Hanson looks like a firm but fair aunt. You know? Like an auntie that would probably say something mean, but for your own good at the end of the day because she loves you. Right? She doesn't look like someone who would get up in Parliament and say we're being swamped by Asians. And that's why she's crushing it right now. You know? Adam Bandt looks like a cool Christian youth counselor. That's why he's the head of the party. All the other parties understand your head matters more than your policies, except for the Libs. And that's why they lost so badly. You know, I wasn't ripping millions of views a month on YouTube when I had no chin. Now I am. What's changed? Dr. Sam Verco bless me. Maybe I should run for Parliament. Huh? Maybe I'll be the new leader of the Liberal Party too. Who's going to be the next leader of the Liberal Party? I think, honestly, they were running out of people that were like even remotely likable looking. They got to put a woman up, dude. I'm telling you, that's the only way they're going to get out of this death spiral they're in. They're going to have to pick a strong and likable woman. They don't have any, but they have to find some. They thought they found one when they picked that like 31-year-old millennial who was like, I'm a renter. But it turns out she's only a renter because she is also a fucking landlord. I'm a renter. I also forgot to mention that I am an investment banking capital retiree who owns a home in London and Australia. And I'm only renting because I'm making far more money negative gearing my other two properties. But I'm just like you, the common man. That's probably you know what? Maybe that's the Liberals' biggest problem is they're full of millionaire liars. Not like Labor, who are full of millionaire lie by omissionness.